All right. So doing kind of a beginner video, if you will. Just kind of give you the rundown of what to expect when you first load in here. More or less, when you get in here, there's going to be an update here pretty soon. I think it's within the next day or two. So this version 1.0.30 will change. But so you hop in, and probably the first thing you'll have to create a nickname. We'll just do guess who. Okay, fine. We'll just do it's me, MFer. Yeah, that'll work. So you'll hop in, there'll be a prologue. I'm gonna go ahead and skip this because there's not really yeah, we'll do the tutorial, kind of go through it. It's gonna give you some basics. It'd be like, oh, type of skill, okay. Let's do push. Alright, so you basically start, it's gonna do like kind of a basic beginning basic rundown of how the game starts, where the whole story starts up.
So you were asking Karen to sacrifice herself?
And this is basically the story before you start the story.
This is insane.
No, you're insane. Aww. But anyways, it gives you, like I said, gives you a rundown of how to use the skills, the menu, shit like that.
Be so sure that the resurrection will stop.
Trust my word.
And we're just gonna skip all this, like I said. You're gonna kind of see some of the basic rundown of stuff. I'm pretty very nearly to this point in this main story.
It doesn't matter if say I refuse and I have no.
Then take this.
Oh no!
Already knew.
Guide, if you skip the basic tutorial. Oh, no.
Karen, it looks like I won't be able to protect.
Well, I
you
can't
any
skip this
longer.
video. Fine.
I'm so sorry.
1 year ago. Oh, how cute. Uh-huh. Oh, okay, so now you get to see who Karen is. She's a healer. You start off with her and him. This is him before he gets all the nice, shiny, awesome armor. And this tells you basically how to, set them up in a formation. And then they're like, oh, go on an adventure. Oh my. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll bring that person. So times 2 just basically speeds it up. Auto skill means they're going to automatically use these. When you get 5 people, you'll see like 5 rows in 2 sections here. Yeah, go. Wait for that too. There we go.
Let's go on an adventure. Well then, let's go on an adventure.
Let's go on an adventure. How about not? Yay, I got a new creature. Woohoo. Alright, so then it teaches you how to power up your characters,
Let's go on an adventure.
which is kind of needed later on. You don't immediately need it. But they're like, here, this is how you do it. They go over that later on. Because this thing here in the background you see, there's a progressed chart.
Well then, let's go on an
And they're like, hey, this is how you equip an item. Most of you are probably going to be able to get the gist. Oh look, celebration! And they have daily sign-in bonuses, and then at the end of each week they'll have, whatever. The 7 nights are basically the top of the top, with the exception of whenever they bring them out, the legendary Forelords. There's 4 lords. There are 4 Forelords. Haha, Forelords, joke. Currently, the global side only has access to 2 of them. But anyways, you'll go through each week, and so week 1, once you get to the end of your first week, you'll get a random 4-star version of a 7 Knight. Second week, you'll get a random 5-star hero. Third week, you get a 6-star item set. I'm assuming that's both a weapon and a piece of armor. Don't know, I'm not that far yet. I'm only, tomorrow I'll be at 7. And then at the end of this, you get a random 6-star hero. The cool thing about this, though, and they'll have this shit all the time. You'll see all this up the front. Really cool thing, there is absolutely no reason to buy any of that, which I'll go over here in a second. 7 of 7. Oh, that's spiffy. Anyways, so the progress chart, you start here, you get to beginner. Cool, you get a reward. Go through, get the intermediate reward, and then blah. My actual account, I'm right here. Last one. And I have to get a 6-star hero to basically power up to +5. And then I get this cool thing. I get to select a 6-star hero, which we'll be doing here in a second for, to show you how this works. But this shows you what you get at each of these. The master tier, obviously, like I said, you get the recommended 6-star select, which we'll see the list here in a minute. And there's actually there's also a ranking of who's actually pretty good or not. But anyways, you also get a 6-star weapon armor. You get 5 topaz. Topaz is kind of the Uber pay for item. The only way to get them though is to buy rubies. And like I said, there's absolutely no reason to do that. No, go away. What are they? Oh, yeah. No, absolutely no reason for that. Close. BS. You'll see in here, it's like, oh, cool, check out all this cool stuff. You can spend, blah, 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 blah. You can spend $93 on the first time. You get 1,100 rubies. You get 100 topazes. Oh, boy. You get all that shit in the game. There's absolutely, literally no godforsaken reason to get any of that. You'll also get, keys are the energy source. You spend a key to go on an adventure map. I'll just show you. Okay, so basically, then you click the section, that'll close that. That's definitely annoying. But you go to adventure, and you'll go here, you'll say ready, and you'll see here, you use a key to go on the adventure. Literally no reason should you, run out, because once you get access to Celestial Tower, you'll go up like 5 levels, and you'll be able to basically get all the keys you need. Anyways, let's go in here. So you get a 6-star selector. They have a list of heroes. There are a couple of these that are actually really legit. They actually gave you access to that one right off? That's interesting. I forgot about that. Neat. So anyways, you get to pick one of these. You scroll. Choose whoever you want. Pretty much the better options in this list for various areas are Darkfire Velika. She has one AoE that is just absolutely monstrously strong. Piercing Arrow Jupi. She is really, really badass for Arena. And I think once you get access, she's really good for raids, is what the other one was. Maybe it was Tower. Mystical Dancer Lily was S rank in 2 areas. Tenacious Ray was double S rank, which is as high as rank as you can get for what the people on Reddit have. She was double S for adventure. And then Lena, the 6-star version of her, is S's across the board. So we're actually going to choose her. Actually, well, let's do this. So, quick cool thing. Oh, and they have Aaron's quiz. If you have Facebook linked up, it'll, you go in there, get a hint. Spoiler alert, it's Libra for this one. We go into Codex, Asgar. So Asgar are basically the monster creatures. So this is Imperator Evan. He's one of the choices. You'll see passives. That's pretty hefty. He's really good as a tank. A lot of people like to choose him. He's got some really strong options. The 6-star variant of her. Well, that's 5-star. Sorry. Okay, Saint Karen. Really freaking awesome. She'll self-resurrect at 100%. She'll revive an ally. It's got a 140, basically a 2-minute cooldown. And then she's a healer. She's also a good choice. This guy's another option. He wasn't really high ranked, unfortunately. Her main thing is basically this. Her passive is increased lethal attack, which is 1.3 times damage. Which would be this stat. You'll have items that'll boost that. But so this is like 50% additional chance for lethal attack for 2 turns. And then she goes into a sniping stance, which is just absolutely awesome. Greatly increases it an additional probably 40% chance for her to get a lethal or critic attack. And then top that off, it's 2.3. So you basically get 1.6 if you hit with a lethal, 3.6 times damage, whatever your fizz damage is. Crit is 1.5, so that would be, what was that, 230? That'd be 3.8. Lethal attacks are pretty much better, though. They go through armor and shit. She is not an option. I think she was. He's not really that good, unfortunately. Scroll down here. Alright, so she's also not really good. She can hit decently hard, but the problem is that she is easily also able to be killed. Major downside. Her magic damage is a very big portion, as is fizz damage, so another shield or another passive that's really useful. This is her really strong attack. As you see here, ignores defense. It equals, max damage. Well, times 0.8. And then she has another one, which also burns. Let's see, who else? Scroll down. Oh, here we go. Jin. He's really good for this. Unfortunately, he doesn't rank very high because that's pretty much his only main use. His other skills are kind of wasted. She has this, which is pretty awesome. That's a 25% decrease on enemies' physical attack and defense permanently while she's in play. Increase the allies' damage by 50% for 2 turns, and heals. That's a global heal. That's everyone. That's pretty awesome. She can hit pretty strong, but her stats are kind of average, unfortunately. And her passive is only for AoE, which is not really a whole lot unless you're in arena, and even then she didn't rank too high. This person is absolutely insane in adventure. Kind of average stats for a 6-star. But piercing, again, something that goes through armor. This hits everything. And bleed actually can do some serious damage. Her thing is this right here. For 3 turns, she cannot be targeted, which basically means no, unless it's a global attack, no damage. However, she has this secondary where all damage she would take from that is reduced by half, and she's immune to any debuffs. Huge. And these are basically, when you get to where you can rank up a hero, you have to have the specified element, which it will probably go over here in a minute. But these are the 7 knights. And funny story, this guy is actually the best of them. He's either S+, which is as good as double S just about, or double S across the board everywhere. And there's because of this, and basically that and that. His speed is also absolutely nuts. Speed attack, the higher it is, the faster they attack. Or the more likely they are to attack sooner. Or 2 times in a row. And you'll see here, the 4 lords. There's Ace, which is S rank in a couple things, and then this dude, who is also S rank in a couple things. We're still missing 2, and they don't, for, like I said earlier, for the global side, we don't have access to the legendary 4 lords. Those are in Korea only right now. So anyways, like I said, I think we're going to go with this person, Summon. Boom. So then, obviously, we want to come over here and add her to, oops, forgot to click, join. Cool. And very specific thing, this is actually the best option for this is actually the best setup pretty much all around. 1 person in front, usually the tank, which is why I have him up there, and then everyone else in the back. And each formation has different statistics. This one, obviously, everyone in the back is going to have more defense, so you want non-tanks back there. Let me go back here, and then the thing that I just did, leader, each person, depending on who you choose, has a different leader buff. Max HP from her is actually really, really, really awesome. Because that means that History 64, what was it, 240? Yeah, 240. History 64 is now a 604. Right out the gate. Looks like hers would be a 466, and then hers is going to be a, what is that, 500? 600? No, 240, 500. 502. I can't math today. And then they have, you can power up formations, that'll be covered later. So anyways, you get this chest pretty much every 24 hours, random rewards. Other cool thing is then you get to come in here. See, it's already giving you keys. Look at that. You start with 20,000 gold, and oh, look at that. We got another 3-star right out the gate. So we're gonna add her. Her 4-star is pretty decent. She ends up getting a buff that basically reduces incoming damage to her, and then she gets an ability that removes debuffs from party members. I think it's this one. Remove ally debuffs. And, well, we didn't want to do that. That basically just shows you how they look when they attack. So anyways, obviously you can link up your Google account. This will tell you, your overall progress. Mastery, you don't get to level 10 unless you decide you want to spend rubies, the bright, shiny red things up here. But we're going to go ahead and hit up adventure mode. Go here. Ready. And go. And we're actually going to pause because there's some settings we're going to change. High profile number 1. game. You actually want to do this and this, unless you want to see the crit animations and the skill animations all the time. After a while, it gets kind of boring. And we're actually going to do that, and this will tell you like all this stuff if you're connected to these. And then we'll continue. And everyone's already leveling. Delightful. Attack boost. Ding. So yeah, battle pretty much progresses like that. You get levels, blah blah blah. It is a bit of a. Oh hey, I already got him. Oh yeah, that's right. He's just. I'm gonna skip this because you'll, if you decide to watch that, cool. All right, so heroes, snipper, join, boom, back. Okay. So yeah, like I said, now that I have 5 you'll see, you have 2, what was that, 2 columns, 5 rows? No. 2 rows, 5 columns. So basically 10 passives. Certain characters will only have 1. But if you leave auto skill on, eventually you'll probably turn that off to work because you'll start, manually selecting them. I started that probably so adventure mode right now they have it set to easy. You go through easy, and then you get to go back through on normal, and then you get to go back through on hard. I didn't take that off auto skill until hard difficulty because them running on auto pretty much took care of everything. And this is kind of long combat. You'll see, and actually when they're auto skill, you can actually queue up to 3. You do that, boom, boom, boom. You'll see 1, 2, 3. That'll basically put preference on what skill gets activated next. And obviously, you see the skills have cooldowns. You can't just use them. You have to wait for them to cool down. Oh look. So this is what I was mentioning about the guide quest. You'll get to a point where she's like, "Oh hey, do this. Oh hey, do this. Oh hey, do this." You have to do that the whole trip. And whoops, not what I wanted. So you go to power up, and you'll see I don't have anything I can choose. So, Mystic Woods, go back. We'll just let this play out. You'll see here I'm actually choosing his snipe option. It's a lot of damage. You do gain levels pretty quick, but eventually you start getting some heroes that you switch in and out, and then you go back to another level, level them up, get them caught up, and then, you just keep going. Oh, look, another staff. Oh, yay, story element! Yeah, like I said, we're going to skip the story element. And so this is Celestial Tower. You'll get here, and you'll see it'll have a reward, 3,000 gold. You'll see up here keys. These actually refresh over a period of time. I think 1 key per 25 minutes? Don't quote me on that. We'll see here in a second. Oh yeah. Attack boost. Oh wow, that was pretty quick. I don't expect her to jump up there that fast. So Celestial Tower, you will not get XP for your heroes. Typically, they kind of expect you to be, prepared for that. So you go back in and be like, oh, 2-star hero, 3-star weapon, 3-star armor, 30 glory, 5k gold, 2-star hero. It kind of cycles in that fashion. I think this goes up to... Oh, great. I got Steam in the way. I'm trying to go further. Goes up to Tower 110. It's pretty far. But otherwise, Adventure, you have a whole bunch. You've got Easy, which is where you start. You get to Normal, and then you go to Hard. And the story basically recycles through everywhere until you get to here. And then once you get past this on 710, you get to go to the Moonlit Isle, which is basically the post-game where we got to see the beginning portion that I couldn't skip. That's where that leads up to. Unfortunately, not that far. So, anyways, that's pretty much the overall game. As you go, you'll unlock stuff. Daily Dungeon, when's that unlock? Level 9. Raids at level 15. And then you've got Battle. You have to be level 6 to enter. That's Arena, Castle Rush, Guild Battle. And then they have World Boss, which is not actually implemented yet. I don't know when that does get implemented. That'll be later at some point. Other keynote is this. You can go here. You can see popular hero ranking. Basically, choices people choose for various things. You'll see that top 3. This person that I chose. Top 3. Right there. I don't see her in 4th, but you see her in 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. So literally top 10. There's 2 that she's not in? Yeah, there's 2. But pretty much all around, you'll see this chick in all of them. She's not in this one. So pretty much the top 10, you see, all this stuff is literally there. Apparently these guys like to do the 1 in the back, 4 in the front. PvP, that'll change. Changes pretty quick. You'll see Rudy. Yeah, okay, so that's Rudy. Dellins. That's the witch that we looked at. That's Elaine. So 3 7 knights and then 2 generic 6 stars. And then you have Arena Filter. And a special hero summon. This is basically a huge ass board. You choose who you want to go in with. Ace is usually a really strong choice. And then you have to do 90 times to be able to summon him. We'll show you what the board looks like. So this is the board. 90 spaces. Looks like a gigantic ass bullshit chessboard. How this works. And you want to make sure you do this every day. Every day. Okay, anyways. You just use one and be like, oh, purchase normal summon, 10,000 gold, brah, bye. And then it goes, oh, look, you got this thing. So then you get to go back, click. It won't show immediately sometimes. This game likes to not fully update all the time, but you can go in here and you'll see, oh, ticket. I got something new. So you go in here, collect, boom. Kind of a worthless card, so we're going to go actually complete this. So we're going to go to Hero, we're going to go to Evans, and we're going to go Power Up, we're going to choose her. And Power Up. Boom! Back, collect, Honor 10. Pardon item from the shop. Okay, cool. So it automatically takes you, buy an item. Oh, spiffy. How about that? Go back here, you get, oh look, 3 rubies. Boom. and then clear adventure or stage 1-6. The cool thing is that those that are in this, if you decide to progress all the way through adventure, and then you're like, oh wait, yeah, that's right, I forgot about this thing because I clicked the X, blah 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 blah. You'll come over here and be like, oh hey, look, collect, and then you'll have a couple other things, and like up towards beginner, and I think up to a little past it, you'll have a couple more where it's like, here, clear this stage. It'll auto clear that because you've already done that. It's awesome. Other than that, I don't know why they still have this. Lucky box you have to buy right here. It's $5. And then Alice's gift, you have to spend so many. What is it? I'm not sure what exactly you have to spend on that one. I don't remember. But outside of that, little tidbit. If you do join up, go to notifications, click coupon, wait for this to load. You're going to go to AD event. You're going to go here, and you're going to do 7 nights. I can't hit enter. 50,000 gold. Yeah! And there you go. That's pretty much the overall gist. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. In the meantime, game on.